Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Ben Bullock. I'm the Vice President and COO here at Together SC, your network for charitable and philanthropic organizations in South Carolina. And this is the power of connection. This is our quarterly presentation, introduction and orientation for new members and not as new members, a reminder of the member benefits. So we want to make sure that because you're paying your dues for your membership, that you get the benefits out of participating in the network. So, just to give you a little history lesson, we've been at this for about 27 years now. We're coming up on our 30th anniversary. But Together SC was started in 1996. 67 charter member organizations and foundations came together to form the South Carolina Association of Nonprofit Organizations, which was affectionately called SCANPO for short. And we were founded to do three things: uh, provide member benefits to the members, to do advocacy and public policy, and to host an annual conference. And create an association health plan. I can't forget that part, but we'll come back to that in a moment. And the next year, the very first nonprofit summit was held. It wasn't called that at that time. It was just sort of an annual conference, but the first nonprofit summit was held. And nowadays, we've got around 600 to 800 nonprofit and philanthropic leaders and other allies for good that come together every year at the summit for learning and networking and collaborating. You'll hear this a couple of times, but this year's nonprofit summit is coming up soon, February 25th through 27th in Columbia. And I'd say we've about sold half the tickets already. So if you're wanting to come to Columbia, get your tickets now before they sell out, because we do have limited seating. And of course, in 2017, we rebranded and adopted the name Together SC in order to celebrate that social good is not just the province of charitable nonprofit organizations, though charitable nonprofit organizations do much. But that it takes a collaboration between all of our partners and allies for good in order to make social good happen here in South Carolina. And so, a little bit about us, your team. These are the 16 members here at Together SC. Karen Reardon is our new president and CEO. She's been on the job for almost 2 months now. And she is based in Myrtle Beach. And then I am your COO. So if you've got any questions about billing, questions about grants and fundraising, I can be of a little bit of help on that. But I'm really helpful, I think, on your operations questions. Any kind of sticky issues you have about accounting, HR, those sorts of things. I love those. So feel free to reach out to me if you've got those kinds of questions. And Desmond White is our programs and operations manager. So she's focused on Carolina Leadership Seminar. She's focused on scholarship programs for the summit, and other kinds of learning opportunities in our peer networks, which we'll talk about in a moment. And then Desmond and I are both based in Columbia. In the upstate, we've got Destiny, who's holding down the fort here on the webinar. She's our membership and communications coordinator. So if you've got questions about your member benefits, if you've got questions about renewing your membership, getting signed up for our newsletter, For Good Connections, Destiny is the one to talk to. And with her is Brooke Robertson, our Director of Strategic Communications and Member Experience. Brooke's the one handling the newsletter, the social media, all the things that you need to know, the information, getting the word out. Brooke's the one to talk to. And then GP McClear is our Director of Public Policy and Community Engagement. So all things related to advocacy, policy, and programming for the Nonprofit Summit as well. GP is the guy to talk to. And of course, like any nonprofit organization, we are led by a board of directors consisting of representatives of our member organizations. And so you can see that our board comes from all different corners of the state, from the upstate to the low country to the PD, back and forth across the state. Our board members represent a cross section of philanthropic partners, service providing nonprofits, early childhood education, arts, health, and human services all across the gamut. And our board tries very hard to make sure that it stays representative of the nonprofit sector as a whole here in South Carolina. And again, like any nonprofit organization, like many of our members, Together SC is guided by its positioning, our vision, mission, and strategic positions. So our mission is that we see a future in which South Carolina's nonprofits and their allies are integral players in successfully building vibrant and equitable communities. One of my colleagues at the National Council of Nonprofits once said to a group of us, "It's not about us, the National Association. It's not even about you, the State Association. It's not even about your members, y'all. It's about the people you serve." And that's what our vision is aiming towards. And we want our nonprofits, our nonprofit members, and our allies to be a part of, integral players in building vibrant, equitable communities for the people of South Carolina. That's who it's all for. And so our mission to guide us to that vision is that we strengthen, unite, and advance South Carolina's nonprofit and philanthropic community. And the ways in which we accomplish that is we want to help South Carolina's network of nonprofit and philanthropic leaders understand, adapt to, and influence our changing landscape. These statements were updated and adopted in January of 2020. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you what happened soon after that. Influencing our changing landscape became really important in the time to follow. And so our core values tell us how we do this work, right? And so our core values here at Together SC make this really fun acrostic, peers, but they are that we work in collaboration with others. We partner with other organizations. We don't do anything by ourselves here at Together SC. You might have noticed we only have 6 staff members, right? So we rely heavily on our partnerships with our members, with our philanthropic partners, and with others who are interested in social good in order to make things happen. And so we also believe in excellence. We strive to do the very best we can. We believe in mutual accountability. If we're not upholding our highest standards, then we want to know. And we seek to embody and champion diversity, inclusion, and equity. And that's really, really difficult work. This is a journey that we're all on together, and we invite our members to join us on that journey. We believe in innovation and reimagining, and we believe in measurable positive social impact. These are the things that we use as our guideposts as we do our work. So why does membership matter? Why is being a part of your state association of nonprofits, participating in the network, important? Well, we do have member benefits. We have an association health plan. We've got ancillary insurance benefits through Mutual of Omaha. We've got some retirement plan options from Mutual of America. We've got an employee assistance program. And we've got a tool that can help your staff work on their student loan management and get public service loan forgiveness after 10 years in the sector. We've got this board recruitment tool called Board Strong. We've launched it about a year ago, and it's an opportunity for you to try to recruit new board members. We're announcing soon an update and revamp of volunteersc.org. That will be a great platform for volunteer recruitment and volunteer management. That'll be a statewide platform for y'all. We do a board chair welcome call. So if you've got a new board chair coming in and you want to help set the stage for a good relationship, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to help facilitate that and get y'all off to a good start. And then we have our bi-weekly newsletter. Every 2 weeks, every other Tuesday, we send out For Good Connections, which is chock full of all kinds of information to help you do your work better. And that includes opportunities for grants that we know about. That includes ways in which other nonprofit organizations are excelling, celebrating our leaders, training and professional development opportunities that we're offering, as well as some of our partners. All of these things are in For Good Connections, and it goes out every other week. And if you've got an announcement that isn't a fundraiser, no offense, but we can't put everyone's fundraiser into For Good Connections. But if you've got an announcement you want to share with the sector, send it to us, let us know, and we'll put it in the next For Good Connections. You can also add the Proud Together SC member badge onto your website and show everybody that you're a part of your statewide network for charitable and philanthropic organizations. And then one of our biggest peer networks is, one of our biggest member benefits is our peer networks and our peer network discussion groups. These virtual communities, which I'm not allowed to call them listservs anymore, allow you to access the collective brain trust of your colleagues and other organizations. So if you've got questions, you can seek answers from your colleagues across the state. And hey, you may be the one who has the answer to somebody else's question. And so there's an opportunity to get together, to network. We also do a lot of our learning through the peer network system. Many of our topical webinars are brought to you by our peer network leadership teams. And then we have our career center. So if you've got a job you want to post, if you're looking to hire on new staff, you do get one free job posting per fiscal year on our career center. And then all successive posts are $49 a piece, so still quite affordable for a job post. And then of course you get a member discount on attending the Nonprofit Summit. And we've got webinars and other kinds of learning opportunities. We try to keep you informed about what's going on in the State House and in Congress. And then, you know, if you need a little bit of extra helping hand, if you need to bring in a consultant, we've got over 100 consulting partners in our consultant collaborative directory who can help bring your capacity up to the next level. And for our consultants, you know, this is a great opportunity to work with some of South Carolina's best and greatest nonprofit organizations. So we encourage our consultants to get involved and keep your profile updated, both your individual profile and your company profile. That helps folks know who you are and know how to access you. And participate in the Consultant Collaborative Peer Network and Discussion Group. So our consultants get together. They actually just had a call on Monday so that they can learn from each other, learn best practices, and you know, how to work with nonprofits better. And so they have their regular network calls that are held usually pretty much each month. And you can help connect with our members when they've got questions, they've got things that they need help with, projects and short-term things like that. They'll come looking for you for that work. And then, of course, you also get to attend and exhibit at the Nonprofit Summit at the Consultant Collaborative's discount rate. And if you've got information, announcements, you know, white papers, podcasts, anything like that that you want to share with the network, let us know and we'll put it into For Good Connections. So here are the leaders of our peer networks. Each of our peer networks is led by a chair or co-chairs. And so Advocacy Allies, which is our public policy oriented peer network, is led by Josh Malkin and Emily O'Brien. They're our co-chairs for that. Our Black Nonprofit Leaders Network, which is our oldest peer network, is led by Tremise Carter. Our Consultant Collaborative is chaired by Patrick Jinks. Our Fundraising and Development peer network is co-chaired by Bryson Young and Brett Wadford. Our Marketing and Communications peer network is co-chaired by Abby Harwell and Alex Moore. Our operations peer network is co-chaired by Elizabeth Gibson and Amanda Cote. And then, of course, each of our staff members has some peer network responsibilities as well. And I'm happy to announce that soon we'll be reappointing a new leadership team and chairs for the Volunteer Admin Alliance. So our volunteer administrators cohort, if you've got volunteer administrators, we're getting that group back together, especially centering around the Governor's Volunteer Awards, which are going to be, which we just closed the application for, and the new Volunteer SC platform. So all of this is to say is you've got staff that that would qualify for any of these peer networks. And so I encourage you to encourage your team members to join these peer networks and participate in the discussions and conversations. Together SC is not just for executive directors, it's for all professionals and volunteers in the nonprofit sector. And so your organizational membership covers you, it covers your staff, it covers your board. So please help us get them connected and plugged into the network. And then, of course, what's not on here, and I should mention, is our executive director listserv. So you may be saying, oh, you've got all this stuff, but what about the CEOs? The CEOs have, and I'm not supposed to call it a listserv anymore. The executive directors and CEOs have their own discussion group, and it's quite active, I should say. So it's a great place to connect with your colleagues because it is a little lonely at the top, right? So connect with your colleagues and learn from each other. And how do you do that? How do you join our peer network discussion groups? Well, you can go to your member compass and find on the left side of member compass, click on profile, and you can update your profile and then add the relevant peer networks to your profile. And this will get you into the distribution lists when we have special announcements going out to each of those peer networks. And then the next slide does not cover it. So, and then in order to join the discussion groups, you can go, once you log in at togethersc.org, you can then go over to groups.togethersc.org and you'll automatically get logged in there, and you can join any of those discussion groups on groups.togethersc.org. So our other member benefits, we have a compensation and benefits study that's going to be coming out. We're doing a new survey for 2025 that'll be announced in January. And so we'll be asking for folks to participate in the study, to submit their information, and those that participate in the study and our members will get the final report for free. If you didn't participate in the study and you're a member, then you get a discount on it. And so I encourage everybody to participate in the study. The information you give will become the information you get from your colleagues and other organizations. And then, of course, we've got our association health plan. This is a way for you to offer additional benefits to your employees. It helps with employee recruitment and retention. And so right now we have got 487 employees covered at 36 participating nonprofit organizations. We've got 18 different medical plan options, which you can choose two to offer to your employees. These include 12 traditional PPO plans and 6 health savings account eligible high deductible health plans. So what I've seen a lot of organizations do is they'll pick one PPO plan and one HSA plan and offer those to their employees. We've got 2 dental plan options. You can choose one to offer to your employees, or the only real difference between them is one covers orthodontia and the other one doesn't. And then, of course, we've got the iMed plan, which is very, very affordable, and you can offer that to your employees as well. It's the fastest growing association health plan at Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina right now, and there's plenty of opportunity for more organizations to get involved in that. You do need to have a minimum of 2 employees, and both employees have to participate. because Blue Cross Blue Shield requires at least 50% participation. They'd rather it be a little bit more than that, but 50% is the bare minimum that they can accept in order to get y'all into the plan. And the process does take a little bit of time. If you want to learn more about the health plan, you can sign up the interest form, and you'll hear from David Slade at Marsh McLennan, who's our broker. He'll reach out to you to get the ball rolling. He'll need to collect some information from you, especially if you have less than 25 employees. You'll need to submit health questionnaires from your employees. But he'll get that information put together. He'll get that over to Blue Cross Blue Shield. They'll run the numbers through the magicians in underwriting and come back with a quote. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be affordable for you and we can get you into the health plan. But I think we've got up to 25 different pricing tiers now that really allows the underwriters to get very granular about what they anticipate the cost to be. And then in addition to that, as a part of the association health plan, we've got term life benefits, accidental death and dismemberment, and short-term and long-term disability coverage, ancillary benefits from Mutual of Omaha. These I have found to be quite affordable. And it's just something extra you can offer to your employees to say, hey, we value you. We want you to stay here in this organization in the nonprofit sector. Don't go running off to the for-profit world. And so these benefits can help you make employment in the sector more attractive. We've also got some retirement options from Mutual of America. You may know Mutual of America was started by the United Ways many years ago as a way to offer retirement benefits to employees in the nonprofit sector. Their staff are not paid by commissions; they're all paid salaries, so they don't have an urge to oversell to you. But if you're interested in getting a retirement plan set up, they will waive the administrative fees for you, and you can get a plan set up at no cost to the organization. And that's just another way for you to offer an option to your staff to say, hey, here's a way you can save up for your retirement. We've got an employee assistance program, covers a lot of things that health plans don't cover. And so if your employees are looking for life coaching, if they're looking for financial planning help, if they're looking for counseling, all of these things can be found through the employee assistance plan for First Son. It only costs $3 per employee per month. And you can connect with us and we can get you set up in it. And then finally, student loan forgiveness assistance. This is a program called Savvy that you can connect to your staff members who have federal student loans or other kinds of student loans. Savvy will help your employees manage those student loans, and particularly the repayment phase. And then if they've got public student loans and they make payments for 120 months, while working for a 501c3 organization, and the whole time they're in the right repayment plan, and they are certifying their employment every year as they go, then after 120 months they can submit the application for forgiveness and get the remaining balance of their student loans written off. I was able to do that about a year ago in 2023. I had about $85,000 worth of student loan debt left over, and it was written off after 10 years of service in the nonprofit sector. And what a relief that is. So if you've got employees with student loan debt, connect them with Savvy so that they can get the ball rolling on their loan forgiveness. So a lot of the ways in which you can connect with your member benefits is through Member Compass. And on togethersc.org, when you log in, generally you'll automatically be taken to Member Compass. And this is sort of the hub for your membership. You can see what events you're registered for. You can, if you've got any event registrations or other member dues that are coming up for renewal, you can see those there on the invoices, pay balance tab. If you need to update your personal profile or even your company's profile, if you've got access to your company profile, you can update your company profile there as well. And you can see what's in For Good Connections. You can see what's in your peer networks. All of that is accessible from the Member Compass. So here's some of the upcoming events we've got. Getting connected and participating in our network. In our last event for this calendar year is on December 18th, where we're collaborating with Candid, formerly known as GuideStar. And you can learn more about how Candid helps nonprofits on December 18th from 10 to 11. And then on January 15th, and this is one I'm really looking forward to, is from our operations peer network, crafting total benefit statements. So all these member benefits or all these employee benefits we were just talking about, there are ways in which you can relay to your staff, hey, you do get a salary, but here's how much your benefits cost. This is additional pay for you. This is additional compensation, these benefits that we're providing. So here's how much you're really making here. And that kind of helps with the conversation when employees are thinking about making the jump to the for-profit sector. And then our marketing peer network on January 15th at that exact same time is having their Candid Conversations discussion. February 5th, development is a team sport. That's coming from our development peer network. And then also on February 10th is our next consultant collaborative meeting. But then there's the Nonprofit Summit, February 25th through 27th here in Columbia, presented by our presenting sponsor, Dominion Energy, and it's a collaboration between us, the South Carolina Grantmakers Network, and the United Way Association of South Carolina. We're really excited about what's going to happen there. We've got some great keynote speakers. Former Governor David Beasley, who, after being governor of South Carolina, went on to head the World Food Program with the United Nations, and there his work there earned the World Food Program the Nobel Peace Prize. And so he's going to be one of our keynote speakers. And then back by popular demand, Dr. Manuel Pastor is bringing along his co-author, Dr. Chris Benner, and they're going to do a great keynote presentation looking at the data and making the case for solidarity economics to say, hey, look, social good is not just something to help us feel warm and fuzzy about. Social good is good for the economy, for our economy, as they would say. And so I encourage you, if you're not registered for the summit, get registered soon, because we will sell this thing out. And we've got some great speakers and learning opportunities and networking opportunities there as well. I think that brings us to the end. So thank you very much. And Destiny, if we can stop the recording, we can take questions.